What's happening, Wargamers? Welcome to the meditations for the latest battle report for Star Wars Shatterpoint. It was Alex's droid army against my very efficient clone force today.
Oh, very.
Like, horribly efficient clone force. I think I had one bad attack roll this whole game. And I think it was one of the 5 dice attacks. Like, one of the bonus 5 dice attacks, right? Like, it's... Like all the clones were just firing on all cylinders. Obi-Wan just sat over here. He did one action and held a point for 2 rounds or something like that. Yep. Like all the fighting was happening over here. I think the key thing was taking out Grievous very early on.
Yes, I think there is a direct parallel to be drawn between Kenobi and Grievous in this game, where they both got one action where they went up and did a thing and then proceeded to do nothing afterwards. And Kenobi managed to still do something with the mind trick.
Yeah.
Whereas Grievous just kind of stood there and was dead.
It was really unfortunate because he had that strong opening where he went into Rex, was it?
He went into, I forget if it was Rex or...
It had to have been Rex because it wasn't the 212.
Yeah, it was Rex. Yeah, he went into Rex, did some pretty decent damage.
No, you didn't. You only got 2 damage.
Yeah, that's right. So he only got the 1 success through,
Grievous
did the 2
whiffed.
damage. He got the shove off the 2 damage, which was enough to take that center point back. Mm-hmm. But he whiffed.
He whiffed hard, and then
Anakin proceeded to punish.
Yeah, Anakin just walked up there and just because I think it was back-to-back Anakins.
It was Anakin into Shatterpoint, if not back-to-back, but shortly afterwards.
Yeah, there might have been somebody in between Anakin and the Shatterpoint, but yeah, like just back-to-back Anakin activations, like Anakin did friggin' work for me this game. Like, no question about it.
Grievous going from roughly where the B2s are to back here and never waking up is rough.
Because I opted for the shoves instead of the damage, and it's just like, go, walk away. And then when I activate him again, it's like, okay, and we're just going to finish Grievous off. And
still walk away.
And because I think I got another shove on top of that after everything was said and done. And I just put so much pressure on this back point for you. You really struggled to kind of take it back.
Yeah, I wanted to spread out with the droids, try and do some stuff, and then all the stuff started happening here where the droids had spread out from, which kind of left all the pressure on Grievous, who was down and never got drawn again, and Maul, who, as much as fun as his ability to take damage is, it's not ideal when he's the only one holding things down.
And that was kind of the problem. I think what happened is the game state just kind of basically said Maul has to do all your work.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, as good as Maul is, this game doesn't really support that because you don't have your double attack options, right?
Yeah.
So unfortunately, you never had a position where it's like, well, I'm going to dummy this character and then I'm going to walk over here and dummy this character like MCP. It was more like, well, I can take one guy off and call it a day. And like honestly, like I look at your target priority with Maul and I think you made the right calls. Like Rex should have gone down in that last attack. I'm amazed he didn't.
There was some dicing going on. But I think, looking at how many people there are just on this point, I think a major part of it is that he can only attack once, and he can control someone, admittedly. He can pull someone off and he can punch someone else, but he really just walked in, beat the crap out of someone, and then 2 people came back to take their place, and he walked in, beat the crap out of someone, and then people came back to take their place. There's just so much stuff. Too much for just Maul to handle.
Yeah. And I think something that really happened was the accidental, it's like, placing Ahsoka right there just kind of shut down everything.
That went from a crazy swingy turn that was going to maybe keep me in the game longer.
It's going to be 3 points for you, I think?
Yeah, that was going to be a 3-point turn for me. Turned into 1.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, no.
Your turn?
Yeah, because I think you had a point over here at the time as well, I want to say. I can't remember. Either way, I kept you from scoring 2 points up here and forced you to score 1 instead.
Yeah, it was a big move.
And that was one of those things because we both thought, that climb was just going to get you up there.
Yep, and then that one shove off Ahsoka changed the whole game.
It changed the whole game, and it wasn't until you threw down your movement tool
that we even noticed.
Yeah, it's like, well, wait a minute, because I noticed the way the shadow was playing over them, we got to check this. Mm-hmm. And that's why I purposely also did it on camera, right?
Yep.
Because I didn't want that to be one of those things I didn't want that to be
actually, he lost off camera.
Yeah, exactly. There were some shenanigans there. No, we try to do things as legit as possible here. That was just a crazy bit of... I can't get over how efficient the clones were.
They did so good. Every single clone did everything they needed to do and more.
Yeah. Yeah, the clones just fired on all cylinders. The fact that 2 clone activations did wounds on the B2s, right?
Yep.
It was first wound, second wound, boom, done. We're done here. They just did work. and I'm amazed. Like it's actually kind of funny. I'm coming around a bit on the 212, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
They're not amazing, but I think we're kind of undervaluing the pin on the 212,
Yeah.
to be honest. And it's something I've been learning more and more. The more I play this game, like a lot of the time when I lose the game, I'm losing it to somebody who's really taking advantage of the movement shenanigans.
Mm-hmm.
Like note a game of ours a couple videos back, where all the extra movement that you were getting with Luminara,
Yes.
you were just all over the map,
Oh my
and
goodness.
you dominated as a result, right? So the pin on the 212 was keeping some of your guys from doing what they needed to do. Like look at how often Grievous wanted to move. It was like, nope, he's pinned.
Yep.
Right. And even the B2s, like I pinned them quite a bit. And yeah, I gotta say, I think I've been using the clones a little bit wrong. I don't think like in this case they did the damage they needed to do, but
that too.
But I think like using them just as pin bots
Mm-hmm.
is kind of a big deal, because I think that was actually what kind of gave me the breathing room to kind of dominate the movement in this game. I think the other thing that came up here, and while the last couple priority rolls were definitely in your favor over here, I got a lot of priority rolls on ones where I was holding it,
Yeah.
right?
I think I do not want to be the guy who comes on your channel and complains about the dice, but I think. But
don't worry, I complained about the dice enough.
That's true. That's your job.
Yeah, that's my job.
Don't want to
take my job away.
But you did get very lucky on the priority rolls.
I did.
I think that me being consistently unable to take back that middle point was a little bit rough as well.
It was very hard fought, and unfortunately, the best opportunity you had with Maul was
just by a hair.
By a hair, yeah.
I think a big part of it was that the tactical droids had like a really solid start to the game. They got things moving,
and
then they never came back.
Yeah,
they hung out on that dead point for a while, and
well, even if you'd been able to get Grievous again, right?
Even if I got Grievous again,
and that's something like the order deck kind of nailed you a little bit on this one, because you had what, a total of 8 activations. You had 8 activations.
8 activations.
Wow, this was a quick game.
Very quick. You took control of that first struggle like that. Anakin coming up and boom, boom, take out Grievous, changed the game.
Yeah. But yeah, the order deck, unfortunately, you got kind of the pulls in the wrong order. And unfortunately, it's one of those things where there's not much you can really do to combat that, right?
Sometimes it happens.
Sometimes it happens. I've been on the receiving end of it, so I know exactly how it feels.
See, it's not me complaining about the dice. It's me complaining about the deck.
The order deck? Yeah, there we go. No, it's just one of those things. It's a nature of the game, and where this really kind of tests our tactical measure is, well, how do we respond to that, right? Like, what do you
do on the fly?
Yeah, exactly.
I've not been dealt the best card I could have in the situation. What can I do instead?
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, let's be completely honest. I had a really nice string of. I think I got every activation I wanted more often than not.
Oh, pretty well. You had some reserves in there, but they reserved into someone you pretty well immediately used.
Yeah, like reserving the 212, I mean, was perfect.
Yep.
They came in clutch for me.
Reserving Ahsoka early on.
Yes.
And then just, she's activating now.
I was trying to remember who I reserved in the first struggle. And it was
you reserved
Ahsoka.
her, and then she got a free advance off of someone else, and then went, all right, follow up on that free movement.
Yep. Yeah, no, exactly. It's just like this was definitely a story where like the cards kind of came out the way I needed them, and my dice were consistent.
Yes.
Like I didn't bully through with a lot of crits, but I got a lot of successes in a lot of my cases, and unfortunately the droids just didn't quite keep up with it.
No, I think that you really concentrated your firepower on the B2s and Grievous, and that left Maul over here, and then the rest of my team you left untouched. You did no damage to the B1s or either of the tactical droids.
Yeah.
And that went fine.
Yeah.
You focused all your aggression here, and it worked out for you.
It did. Like, these were a lot of the power units and all that sort of stuff, and I kind of let the ARFs and Kenobi do what they wanted to do over here. I got to give it to Rex. Rex was a friggin' cog in the machine, man. Like, he did so much work for me this game. He made sure all the other clones did a whole lot of work for me. Like, what was it? The 212 shooting the B2s, and then Rex basically just going, hey, I'm within 3. I'm always first, kid.
Yep.
And then getting that final bit of damage through as well, right? So, and that's just how it kind of plays out. But, we got a lot of exciting releases coming down the road here, so things are going to get shaked up rather soon, and we'll see what happens. And Alex, hopefully we'll see you on the channel again some more here.
Oh, absolutely.
Because you're a great guy to play with. So yeah, guys, leave your comments below. Let us know what you think, what you like, all that sort of stuff, and we'll see you next time. Happy wargaming.